Hi, I'm Rachel Andrews, welcome to Everyday Athlete. On this week's video I thought I'd have a chat about something that anyone who's swum any distance is likely to experience at some stage, and that is the dreaded chafe. It could be on your neck, it could be under your arms, but wherever it strikes it is awful. I tend to find that it strikes when I start to up my distances and I'm looking at around about 4k onwards, and as at the moment, I'm training towards a 10k, I'm susceptible to that during training. So I've looked at lots of different ways of trying to avoid this, and I've tried quite a few methods, so I thought I'd share them with you. So obviously the chafing is to do with either the wetsuit neck chafing away, and that could be to do with head position, but once I'm into my training mode I don't have time to have a restart and try to rethink my actual stroke patterns. So I need to get on with what I've got and work with what I've got. I try to look further down, flatter down, so that I'm looking straight at the floor to extend my neck and reduce that pressure on the interaction between the wetsuit and my neck. But it doesn't always help, and actually that does nothing to relieve the issues that I get under my armpits. So I've tried a few different products and I thought I'd share those with you. So first off, I use this lubricating jelly, which I thought, well, it obviously it's chafing, it needs lubricant of some description. This one, the Asda lubricating jelly, is fragrance free, gentle and safe, great, water based. Possibly should have thought a little bit more about that when I used it, but actually that didn't really do very much. It wasn't very good, so no to that one. I guess one thing I should point out is that most of my swimming is done in the sea, so I can only say that these don't work in a saltwater environment because I don't really swim long distance in a freshwater environment. So next thing I tried was good old Vaseline. Now I've read all sorts of things online about this, the fact it's a petroleum jelly and the worry that it might damage your the wetsuit and eat away at that. Well, I used it quite a few times, and the texture's pretty gloopy, and I slathered it on, and it did do an okay job, but I just felt like I was covered in an awful grease. So not mad keen on this, although it did have some effect. I guess so the jury's out on this. It does work, but a bit greasy. I'm not keen. So I had a chat to a friend of mine who is a triathlete. He does lots and lots of competitions. I said, what about this scabby area on my neck? What can I do about it? He said, what you need is Body Glide. So next thing, I got some Body Glide, and as you can see, it's actually leaked a little bit because I keep it in my bag. It lives in there the whole time. Now I'm going to open it up, but because it's leaked a bit, it doesn't look as it would. It's kind of like one of those deodorants, the underarm stick deodorants, or a massive lip balm. And actually that does work to an extent, but sadly I didn't find it very good in salt water. I'm guessing most of his competitions are in a freshwater environment, and it might well work in it. It's anti-chafe balm. It's sold by Wiggle. I'll put the links below for some of these things so you can find them. Probably not the Asda lube, but yeah, okay. It minimised it a little bit, but it wasn't brilliant. So next thing I tried was a buff. So one of these that goes around your neck. This one is one made up by a really good friend of mine for one of my motorbike tours, and I absolutely love it. What a buff is then is it's a kind of tuber material. There are no seams on it. It is really nice and soft. It's super soft on your skin. Really brilliant for riding a motorbike. Wearing in the water between a wetsuit and your neck. Maybe in fresh water that would be okay. Salt water, I just found it terrible. I found that the fibres trap the salt and it exacerbated the problem. So 100% for me in salt water, the buff doesn't do it. So recently I've been noticing other people have mentioned some stuff that you could use, and one of the things that they've come up with is this 2 Tom Sport Shield. And you know what, I tried this the other day. I've been swimming skins recently, so my neck's obviously not an issue, but under my arms is. So what I did was it's a roll-on, and you just roll it where you think the problem's going to be. So it could be your neck if you're in a wetsuit, or underneath your armpits. And brilliant. This stuff was great. It says it prevents chafing and blisters. It reckons it provides 24-hour protection. Well, as I'm not a channel swimmer, that's that's not going to get tested by me. Sweat-proof, waterproof. They suggest it for water sports. I swam using this in the sea for a couple of hours, and absolutely nothing. No rubs. In actual fact, the rubs I'd already got have started to heal quicker. So for me, this 2-ton Sport Shield might be the winner. I'm going to keep using it because it's the best of what I've come up with so far, and no chafes from my last swim. So great stuff. Really, it's really good when someone recommends something and it works a treat. So I thought it'd be a good idea to include that in my little chat. I hope you find that quite useful, and let me know if you've come up with something else. If you use another method to prevent chafe, I would really like to know. Add it to my arsenal of tools to prevent this awful thing, so that when I'm out swimming, I don't regret the swim afterwards, because it can sting for quite a few days afterwards, as anyone who's had a chafe knows. So drop me a comment, let me know what you're using to prevent chafe, and hit the subscribe button. It would be great to have you along for the journey, and I love to hear from my subscribers and hear what you're enjoying and what you'd like more of. So from me now, I'll see you next time. Bye.